Mumbai, hectic parleys going on with NCP leadership led by Sharad Pawar and of course Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar and NCP senior leader Praful Patel all set to meet Uddhav Thackeray at his residence Matoshree, from where Shivangi Shukla is reporting. Shivangi, you are outside Matoshree. Please tell us what's happening, how close we are to the meeting. Have the Pawars and Praful Patel reached there already?
Yes, Abhishek, they just came right now. A couple of cars have come. It seems as if Sharad Pawar and Ajit Pawar and Jayant Patil were supposed to come. We saw a couple of cars come in. There's heavy security deployment here as well. And it seems as if the meeting will start now. This is a very important development in Matoshree. We are getting back-to-back developments here. All the leaders which were supposed to meet Uddhav Thackeray for that crucial meeting have now arrived in Matoshree. And just a short while back they arrived. There was a cavalcade which has come of the NCP leaders. And this is a big news now coming from Matoshree. Remember that this is what is happening right now. And Abhishek, a couple of statements had come. Jayant Patil had earlier said that Eknath Shinde is a minister in the government as well, and he had said that everything will be fine. So that's what NCP has been saying. On the other hand, we had one more NCP leader, Vidya Chavan, who was here. She had met Aditya Thackeray earlier in the day, and she had said that we are behind the MVA government, we are behind the Shiv Sena. So right now, with a lot of action in Matoshree. All the leaders have gone inside, and now the meeting will start. Uddhav Thackeray will be meeting them.
All right. Shivangi reporting from outside Matoshree, where meeting is happening between the NCP leaders and Uddhav Thackeray. And it's important because just an hour back, Uddhav Thackeray addressed Shiv Sena leaders of district level and tried to present a picture of victimhood, tried to present a picture of control despite the victimhood, and even warned the rebels that if they did not come back from Guwahati in the next 24 hours, disciplinary action would be taken against them. Parallelly, proceedings are going on in the Maharashtra Assembly, where Deputy Speaker is in consultation on the issue of the request made by Shiv Sena to suspend 16 legislators who have rebelled. Interesting why the number 16 when 38 rebels have signed a letter asking Speaker to recognize them as the Shiv Sena, the original Shiv Sena. In the pictures we see Carcade bringing in Sharad Pawar, Ajit Pawar and Praful Patel, the top leadership of the NCP, getting inside Matoshree, where Uddhav Thackeray is staying now after leaving Varsha the night before. And the reason why he left Varsha was he was sort of trying to take a moral high ground, and in Matoshree he is in quarantine, in isolation, because he's suffering from COVID. If we can go back to Shivangi again, Shivangi, if you have gathered, if you can share it with viewers, how is Uddhav Thackeray meeting the leaders when he is under COVID quarantine? Is he going to meet them from behind a cover? Is he going to meet them via video conference despite being in the same building? Or what kind of separation or COVID protocol would be followed between the leaders when Uddhav is COVID positive? Shivangi.
Right, that's a very interesting question, Abhishek, and you have raised the right questions. Because earlier, remember that Uddhav Thackeray was refusing to have in-person meetings and meet face-to-face. He also had that message that he gave via Zoom, which we saw was very emotional. So this is a big question which is coming on everybody's mind.
Right. It seems that the meeting is still going ahead. I mean, the two sides are still meeting despite the COVID issue. What is important is, Shivangi, that NCP has made it clear more than a couple of times over the last 24 hours that they would stand behind Uddhav Thackeray and the Shiv Sena, and that with their backing, Uddhav should be able to come out of this crisis. Are you getting some hint, some clue as to what are the plans between the two sides? in terms of weathering the storm? Are they having a strategy? Have you been able to gather something from outside Matoshree?
Well, for one thing is for sure, Abhishek, is that the allies of the Shiv Sena continue to support Shiv Sena and the Uddhav Thackeray camp. We know that with even Sharad Pawar saying that we are behind Uddhav Thackeray. So as of now, the Shiv Sena and NCP right now are pretty much on the same terms. Apart from what Jayant Patil had said, that's what I was telling. Apart from what Jayant Patil had said, that everything will be fine. And but for now, you can see the allies, both the Congress and also the NCP there, standing behind Uddhav Thackeray. So what we can expect, of course, will be that in the meeting, they might chalk out a strategy. Especially remember that there are 16 MLAs that want that Uddhav Thackeray wants to be disqualified. So maybe later on they must be talking about a strategy on the steps to take ahead, what kind of action they should take against the rebel camp, which is Eknath Shinde. And of course, Abhishek, we know the Shinde camp is growing by the day. Even loyalists are joining the rebel camp of Shinde. We saw Dilip Dande, who had spoken to Republic TV. Speaking to Republic TV, he said that we will stay with Uddhav Thackeray. And next thing we know today is that he's right now in Guwahati. So big developments there.
Yes, absolutely. Loyalists also joining the Shinde camp in Guwahati. So Shivaningi, you take care of this meeting that is taking place in Mumbai. Let's go to Guwahati, from where Aniruddha is reporting live from outside Hotel Radisson Blue on the outskirts of Guwahati, from where the rebels are closeted and camped. In fact, a strategy meeting seems to be happening there as well. Aniruddha, if you can bring us up to date about what's happening inside. More MLAs have joined in today with Eknath Shinde, and in fact, earlier we broke the story of how Shinde is consulting his legal team for next move or further actions. Are you getting to hear something about the legal strategy of the Shinde camp, of how to take things forward from here?
Yes, Abhishek, definitely. A few hours back, there were reports that Shinde reportedly left the hotel and was on his way to Mumbai. But putting all this speculation to rest, a highly placed source who is very much inside the hotel has informed us that Shinde, in fact, went out of the hotel for 3 hours, and during that 3 hours, he met with a top legal expert of the country and a retired justice. The source didn't name the legal expert as well as the retired justice, but yes, he has confirmed that the meeting deliberated upon all the constitutional provisions and all the legal complexity that the Shinde camp, Shiv Sena camp led by Shinde, might face in terms of any move that is made in the top court or in any court for that matter. So yes, now after his return, he returned to the hotel at around 4:30. Right. After his return to the hotel, he is again sitting with his MLS, and he has also met Dilip Dande. Both had a long discussion, and now all the MLS are together inside the hotel. They are again going to sit for a second round of deliberation, and this deliberation is entirely focused on the legal complexity and the constitutional provisions. Abhishek.
All right, apart from the Maharashtra crisis, what connects Guwahati and Mumbai are the raids. And Aniruddha there reporting with an umbrella. But let's come back to Mumbai and to Alisha, who's reporting from outside the YB Chavan Center. Alisha, the entire top brass of the NCP has just entered the Matoshree and are in a strategy meeting with Uddhav Thackeray. Are you getting to pick some brains of NCP leaders present there before they left about as to what is their future strategy? How are they going to counter the rebels once they come back to Mumbai?
Well, Abhishek, this meeting is important. It's just because we know that in the YB Chauhan, where Sharad Pawar, Ajit Pawar, Jayant Patil, Praful Patel, the NCP senior leader who were present in YB Chauhan, they had a closed-door meeting. So there was a discussion, and even after we heard Ajit Pawar, who clearly said that there is going to be a meeting with Uddhav Thackeray, and we know that every leader has already reached to Matoshree to meet Uddhav Thackeray, where there is Sharad Pawar is there, Ajit Pawar, Praful Patel, Jayant Patil, they all are present in that meeting. But what is really going to transpire? Because there was a strategy in that closed-door meeting, and even if Ajit Pawar has clearly stated that they are with Uddhav Thackeray, and this government, this Mahavikas Aghadi is going to continue for the 5 years, it will continue for 5 years, but it's completely upon Uddhav Thackeray. It is completely upon the Chief Minister what is the decision he takes, because it's actually taking very long even for Uddhav Thackeray, because even we are pretty sure about it. It's not only about the MLAs, it about the MP as well. It is the councillor who is going against Uddhav Thackeray and giving a support to Eknath Shinde. So this is something, it seems to be very confused for even Uddhav Thackeray, because he is not able to decide. And even he has mentioned this in his meeting with the local pramukh he had today in Matoshree via video conference, and of course he had made it some of the main points. He clearly stated if they really want me not to be the Chief Minister, they can come in Mumbai, not in the Guwahati. They have to come in Mumbai. They have to talk to me. If they don't want me as the Chief Minister, I am ready to resign. I am not that stubborn for this position. I never even expected for this position, but getting this position is a blessing of the Maharashtra people. But we know the Eknath Shinde, we know how stubborn even they are. They are very firm with their decision, because their demand is not for the power. The demand is not for the post, which in the beginning, where Uddhav Thackeray and other MLAs, the close aide of Uddhav Thackeray, that is Milind Narvekar, who went to offer Deputy Chief Minister a post to Eknath Shinde, which we got to know from our sources, the information which we got from our sources. But it's not about the post and position. It is about the Hindutva ideology. And that is the reason why all the MLAs are getting together. We know that there are 38 MLAs, Shiv Sena MLAs who are already present. There are 12 independent MLAs and also 2 MLA from Jan Prahar Shakti party, that is Bachchu Kadu and Rajkumar Patel. They have also been present in Guwahati. This is just a fight between Shiv Sena and Shiv Sena, but we are clearly saying that it is a fight. It is what the Shiv Sena MLAs had been asking for is a justice for Hindutva ideology that they have been carrying since beginning, since the foundation of this Shiv Sena, that is of Bhai Thackeray. And also we know that there were many claims that was made, because what they think is that Uddhav Thackeray, being a Chief Minister, has given important portfolios to Congress and NCP. They have given the value to NCP and Congress, and that is the reason why there were many of the time that injustice has been happened with the MLAs, because the letter that has been given by one of the Shiv Sena MLA, that is Santosh Sirsat, he has clearly stated that whenever he went to Matoshree, whenever he went to Varsha, he was not allowed to come there. He was not allowed to meet Uddhav Thackeray with the same Chief Minister, but yes, with but the other parties was allowed. I would even like to go to my colleague Priyanka. Priyanka, as you've been watching this all crisis, we know that at one point where we know that important, and also the eyes on Abhishek is on the Deputy Speaker as well, because Deputy Speaker at this point of time is on Vidhan Bhavan, and it is likely that he is going to take a decision on the disqualification of the 16 MLAs.